Official discussion, Wonder Woman 1984 spoilers. Why did she say so? So many things at the end? Was this a throwback to dialogue between her and the Chris Pine character or something else from earlier in the movie that I missed or didn't fully catch? It feels vaguely familiar. Why could Cheetah leap from electricity lines and seemingly charge herself up using them but be overcome by it when added to water, and then how did she survive it anyway? Gal Gadot's accent really kills this movie. Going along with the monologues and patronizing from her character. She's just not suited for the dialogue. That last speech, the world made me cringe so hard. I still shudder remembering it. Like some kid is facing severe domestic abuse and is like, yeah, the truth is beautiful. Let me just rescind my wish and take another epic beatdown. Also, her golden armor looked like it was a costume from the early 1900s. Looked totally fake compared with Falcon's wings from Marvel. Aside from that, there are so many plot holes with the whole wish thing. And it went from a Barbara and Diana and Steve build-ups to nuclear Armageddon and world destruction at the end. What kind of movie were they trying to make here? I have to admit though, the scene with Maxwell and his son was quite touching. He's the best part of the movie. I don't know what's people on about. I actually enjoyed this movie. Chris Pine is so useless in this movie it hurts. For my French fellows, I posted my first review ever about this new DC failure. Check it out. This movie tried so hard to be Thor 3 it ended up being Thor 2. I can't help but think throughout the movie that Max Lord is a porn star name. Interesting movie. However, I didn't like the opening scene. Kid Diane almost win against adult Amazonian. I think it would be better if she was in her team. I also think this movie should be set after the Justice League movie. I don't really get that scene. Is her cheating, lying / not telling the truth / not being honest? I felt like it was a bit of a stretch. Also kind of bratty of this kid whining about when she will attain glory when she's a kid in a contest against adults and she almost won. Like, I'm sure she won the next competition next year. Everyone giving this movie a just okay rating are being way too generous, lol. This movie was trash. It was filmed like trash. The characters, Diana most of all, were trash. Its failed attempts to be a feminist movie was trash. Editing was trash. Pacing and writing was trash. Cheetah was trash. Everything about this movie was a hard failure. Flaws aside, it was alright. Not as good as the first movie, but I wouldn't say the worst out of all DC movies. Pedro Pascal was my favorite part of it and TBH the only convincing actor in the movie. His script was meh at times, but his delivery and acting drew me in. One thing I kinda wish they did differently was his ending. Spoilers ahead. I was predicting Alistair to end up dying from the missiles, which would have been Max's monkey's paw moment after all the things he did. Not because of any trickery from the god that created the Dream Stone, but because of his actions that led to it. In desperation, he renounces his wishes, which would in turn revert everything that was directly wished for, except the changes that happened indirectly. So for example, the people who were wished to die, like in that scene with the man and woman arguing, would return to life because the words had to be uttered. While the people who've died due to, say, gunfire or a car crash amidst all the chaos, would stay dead. I'm sure this has its own plot holes, but I see VA to think that far. Though I think having some sort of consequence to his actions could add an extra layer instead of everything and everyone is back to normal. Woo. Well, I'm gonna assume he was arrested by the Secret Service at very least after all that, lol. Does anyone else think the ending made zero sense? They specifically showed that husband who wished his wife dead and showed her dead when he renounced his wish. She missed WW's truth speech and would not have renounced her wish before the nukes disappeared. I don't usually read into movies like that, but it was so blatant and in your face at the end. I couldn't help but question it immediately. I liked the movie but the ending was trash. How could everyone renounce their wish if some people were dead? Specifically, the husband they showed wish his wife dead and showed her dead when he renounced his wish. She missed WW's truth speech and would have taken some time to wake up and get readjusted. How/why would she renounce her wish so quickly that the nukes would disappear immediately? This movie sounds hilarious. I kind of want watch it now to have a good laugh. I watched a funny review in Neebs Gaming and I was curious to see if it really was this hilariously bad. But I see in the YouTube comments that Neebs' breakdown was actually better than the actual movie. Do you think Diana was lying when she was asked by Maxwell Lord if she has a TV? She said no even though she many of them in her security room. Do you think Diana was lying when she was asked by Maxwell Lord if she has a TV? She said no even though she many of them in her security room. Pedro Pascal's acting in this film was god-awful. I hope you joking. I think he did awesome. Yeah. He did the best anyone could have with what he had to work with. There are so many things wrong with this movie. So many things. I loved it. __/ Jesus, that's sad. So, did Wonder Woman assault some random guy? Chris Pine only leaped into that guy's body, right? And they had sex? Should Wonder Woman be on some sort of list? That guy absolutely did not consent to it. This comment made me laugh so hard. I have 3 points to make. 1. Gal Gadot is effing gorgeous. 2. The movie is crap. 3. Gal Gadot is effing gorgeous. The opening scene is completely pointless. It's just an action scene for the sake of having an action scene. It serves no purpose in the story at all. You could cut it out and lose absolutely nothing. So why was it there? My theory is that Patty Jenkins just loves the character so much and loves working with the actress who plays young Diana that she came up with the entire scene just to have the scene. Either that, or the studio realized the movie was so bad that it needed a fun action scene at the start to buy some goodwill from the audience. Remember, they used the scene in all the advertising as well. So either we've got a director who's lost sight of the story or a studio who's tried to apply a quick fix solution to structural issues. Either way, it's an indicator of the larger problems this movie has. I just got around to it. Is it as good as the first? No. Did we enjoy it? Certainly. It's got some pacing issues. And the conflict wasn't as compelling, but it was certainly okay. Here's hoping this sets up a stellar final chapter. Why does a $250 million movie have worse CGI than a TV show? Seriously, some of it was laughable. Why did Barbara get 2 wishes? I just watched it. And she actually renounced her wish in a sense while on the plane. She basically said, I don't want to be someone else anymore. I want to be an apex predator. So I took it as a renouncement. And then a new wish. But it could also be that Max Lord could have granted her an additional wish. The DCEU is basically just writers continuously digging continuity holes for each other and none of them can stop. Shouldn't have been an extended universe like Marvel did because it was never going to surpass them. They should have seen that from the start. They should have made some sort of anthology series where each movie explores a different period/setting/world from the perspective of the main character. And cameos/guest appearances from other superheroes could be played by the same actors. But each new story establishes its own timeline of events. Like you're viewing each movie from an alternate timeline/parallel world. That way there is no continuity errors between films and we can enjoy seeing our favorite actor reprise the same role. A big mess that makes very little sense. I've noticed and others have posted about the many mistakes. I am a little confused as to how Barbara/Cheetah was conveniently able to find and put on cheetah clothing and a spiked vest to make her look more dangerous before going to the White House, which somehow she knew to go there to stop Diana. Even if she put on all that, did she really have to add the tail? Although the plot was confusing, for me it was good. I know a lot of people say it's bad, but overall it was entertaining. From the love interest to the global crisis. The ending was one of my favorite moments because Alistar is so cute and Max realizes his kid is more important, but otherwise I give it 8/10. I think Monkey's Paw or Faustian pack themes haven't been done much recently. It was nice to see it explored. When did Wonder Woman turn into Spider-Man? I mean, you could cut her out and put Spider-Man in that exact same movie and it wouldn't change. Superman needs to watch out too. Her strength keeps going up every movie, lol. Why 1984? Besides some cheesy outfits from the 80s for some laughs. What was the point? I thought it was going to be more like the Wonder Woman show from the 80s. But it was nothing like that. Not even some good 80s music. It was fun. If you can put your brain in the drawer. The biggest thing that sticks out to me is that Barbara's villain origin is her beating up her potential rapist, and it isn't even the craziest rape-related thing to happen in the movie. This movie could have been so good with like 5 changes. The whole everyone renouncing their wish really makes no sense. No one was sad in the end because they renounced their wish to bring back their dead child. I don't get the hate. It was an enjoyable film, and whatever mistakes were in the film didn't take away from it. My 0.02. I also liked it. It's probably my favorite new DC movie right now.